Hey y'all, it's Steve, the Guitar Nut. How you doing? As promised, I'm going to do a bit of a semi-deep dive review of this. The Chibson should have been a Jeff Beck, but didn't quite make it. I'm not upset about it. Spoiler alert, this guitar pretty much, in my mind, makes up for how bad the Chickenbacker I recently reviewed was. I'm pleased. I'm quite pleased. I went over the specs and showed you everything in the unboxing video. Now I've had it for a while and got it strung out. Haven't changed any parts apart from these strap locks. I found these new Planet Waves strap locks that are kind of ingenious. I put those on because I didn't want to drop this thing. I can tell you that I'm going to, as I mentioned before, replace this truss rod cover with a blank one, and the bridge with, well, as much as I'd like to just get a straight bar because they look cool, I'm going to probably go with an intonable one, just because I want to be in tune. Not that it's actually bad. It's just, it's not perfect all the way up the neck. Well, anyone that plays guitar can tell you there's no such a thing as perfect intonation all the way up and down the neck, but you can get close. But anyway, no, what else can I tell you? One thing I hadn't mentioned, I'd mentioned that it was a matte finish. Looking closer, getting to really get intimate with it, it's not even a matte finish. It's sort of akin to what Gibson was calling their worn finish a couple of years back. So like you can feel grain through it lightly. You can see the grain. Not meaning grain is in the stripes, but meaning the little, the little pores. Doesn't bother me. It adds to the charm of the thing, and it feels just wonderful on the neck. The neck feels like raw wood. It's not. It's sealed. It's nice, but it's just, you could play this on a super hot day with sweaty hands, and it's not going to gum up on you. Which is really cool. Let's see what else. Oh, big surprise, as you'll hopefully be able to make out from the sound example here coming. These stock pickups, I don't know that I'm going to need to change them. I mean, it's pretty much de rigueur. You order this or anything from China, the first thing you're going to want to do is swap out the pickups and lose the pots and the switch and probably the tuners. And true enough, at some point in time, I may swap out the wiring harness to get some full-size, high-quality potentiometers. And these fake Grover tuners, I'll probably swap them out for the real thing. Not that there's any actual problem with them. It does have a bit of trouble staying in tune on the G string, exactly like an authentic Gibson Les Paul does. I think that might have more to do with the fact that the nut could stand a little dressing. It's the height is perfect. Just I think maybe the fret slots could stand to be cleaned up a bit with a file and maybe lubricated with graphite #2 pencil. But it's every bit as good as my friend's real Les Paul. So no complaints there. See what else. Did I mention I'm happy? I'm quite happy. In fact, I have several guitars here that I would sell before I'd sell this. Honestly, I'm really, really happy. It's like one of the best $300 purchases I've made. Yeah, seriously. I can't recommend anybody just run out and buy any Chibson Les Paul from any builder because I don't have any experience with anyone else. But as far as this builder, what I've seen on this guitar, what I've heard from my friend Jeff, who has a gaggle of these things, I'm stoked. Speaking of Jeff, I promised Jeff I'd mention, he actually has a Facebook group. What's it called? Friendly Chibson Owners? Something of that nature. You'd think I'd have done my research and written it down, but you caught me off guard. I didn't expect to have today off. I do, which is, cool, apart from the fact I'm not making any money, but hey, I'll take the good with the bad. So yeah, if you want to go and check out the Chibson, you could just search Chibson probably on Facebook and look at pages or groups, whatever it is, and find it. But it's friendly Chibson owners, I believe, and it's just a lot of guys on there that like to show off their guitars and tell where they got them, and it's a cool thing, you know. But anyway, back to this guitar. Yeah, I'm loving it. I got to be honest with you. I should mention before I give you some sound here, tell you what my effects chain or whatever is. I'll post a picture of it. But it's actually quite simple. I'm not using an amp in the traditional sense. I'm running into a Jangle box compressor, which isn't on at the moment. Out of that into a Strymon Iridium, which is where I'm getting all my amplifier sounds. Out of that into a Line 6 M5 multi-effect stop box. Wonderful unit, can do practically anything you want. I'm using it just for modulations and things myself, but it'll do practically anything. They're cheap. They only do one effect at a time, but that's all I need it for. Out of that and into this is interesting, a vintage Washburn 7-band bass equalizer pedal. I was loving my sound for the most part through this rig, except there was a bit too much going on the low end. It was a little muddy, and I couldn't dial it in with the EQ on the Iridium itself well enough. So I happened to have this old pedal lying around. I thought, I could try it. And sure enough, dialing back a couple of the really low frequencies cleared things up instantly. And real happy about it. And the last thing you'll see in the picture is I have this MIDI Commander control pedal for the Iridium. I've got 8 sounds saved in it. Now I could save up to 300, but I'll never need that. But I have 8, 3 clean, and basically, let's say 4 dirty and 1 specialty. The specialty being a blackface Fender, or not blackface, a tweed Fender Champ sound that I kind of have a model of. That if I want that beyond dirty Neil Young kind of a thing, it'll do that. But anyway, yeah, you'll see the picture. And that's what I'm running through. So let's give you a little... Oh, and I should also mention, the sound you're actually hearing, I don't have anything mic'd. Because I'm not set up to do all that. I am indeed recording on a phone for the guy that's going to get on and say, gosh, his sound, he's got thousands of dollars worth of stuff and it sounds like he's recording on a phone. Guess what? I am. The sound is coming out of a Headrush FR 108 cabinet, which is 2,000 watts and this big, and it's really kind of a cool thing. Technology's really come a long way. Anyway, this is lead pickup. I've got the Iridium set to the chime setting, which is supposed to model a Vox and clean, and this is what you get. Hopefully I'm close to in tune. I'm a little out, but so be it. Neck pickup. Nice and warm. And in between, got a real nice bit of a spank to it. I think my favorite clean sound on this guitar actually is the middle position. It's what I would probably use the most. I don't have any effects on at all at the moment, just the Iridium. And come to think of it, yeah, I do have the bass EQ on. It's supposed to be an always-on pedal for me now, because it seems to make every sound on the Iridium just that much better by tightening up that low end. So there we go. Now I'm going to switch over to my Marshall clean, which isn't nearly as clean as this. Probably my favorite sound out of the Iridium. Most people would call this an overdriven sound, you know. And that's on the middle position, lead pickup. Just, I'm pretty happy. Neck pickup, just for the sake of argument. Still has clarity. Like I said, I'm pretty shocked by these pickups. They're not the best I've ever heard, but I'm certainly not running out to replace them either. So, I mean, and I fully expected to. Let me move over to my Marshall Dirty Tone. That's where I think most of us would want to live with a Les Paul, right? Some bridge pickup action. I can't fault that tone. I would take this rig as is with this guitar to a gig tonight, and I'd take a spare, because I always take a spare because I'm paranoid, but I have absolutely no qualms about it. This is... It sounds great to my ears, and, I kind of do have a few things for comparison. I've had a few guitars. In fact, I recently did kind of a off the top of my head inventory, and I think I've come to the conclusion that since 1990, I've owned about 550 guitars and basses. Done a lot of buy, sell, and trade and whatnot, but just fun fact. So I kind of, tone is subjective, but I kind of think I know what I'm talking about when I say something sounds good. So anyway, I think this sounds great. Middle position. Almost sounds to me like a P90 pickup, like a Les Paul Jr. in the middle position, strangely enough. The neck position for leading. It just sings. I mean, these pickups definitely aren't for a metal guy. This is nowhere near enough gain, nor would this rig, be enough gain. But I'm not a metal guy. This is about as heavy as I need to be. That's where I live, for my original music and the cover stuff that I play with my cover band Ray Gun. I just, honestly, I was really, really bummed about the whole situation with this thing. I had high hopes, as you would when you spent money and waited and, had anticipation. And like I said, I'm not giving up on it. When I find time, I'll change out parts and do stuff to it and try to make it, playable. But this, right out of the box, no, this is, and it's only going to get better when I change up these couple of things. When I can get the intonable bridge and some new tuners and clean up the nut, it's only going to get better. Pretty psyched. What else can I say? Not much. Once in a while things work out, and apparently with this particular builder, this isn't an anomaly. Some people have said my number one, my Rickenbacker 360 copy, that I just got lucky. I'm the guy that won the jackpot. That could be, but from the evidence I've seen, this particular builder, this guy Ming, who I don't know if he's just a broker or he actually has his hands in the manufacturing or what, but apparently his stuff is great. Jeff swears by it. I dare say that if I have a hankering for yet another Les Paul in the future, I wouldn't think twice about ordering one from this guy. I'd do it. In fact, there are a couple that I think it'd be kind of neat to own just for novelty's sake. I'd like a copy of George Harrison's Lucy, his refinished gold top that's, cherry red and has one piece of timbre that doesn't match the rest. I wouldn't mind having a copy of one of Pete Townshend's 70s Les Paul Deluxes with the big full-size humbucker in the middle. That could be cool. Heck, even a copy of Old Black, the Neil Young guitar with the, he's got the Bigsby on there and the old P90 pickups and whatnot. And or does he have many humbuckers? I don't remember. Speaking of Neil Young, someone's bound to ask what this Neil Young tone sounds like. So just let me kick this on real quick and show you. Just kind of like a little tweed amp completely overdriven to death, just for fun. That's the one sound on the whole board that I think actually does sound better without the EQ pedal. I should have turned it off, but whatever. I'm not here to show off my rig or whatever. I just wanted to tell you about this. And should you get one? Well, I certainly can't say you should because there are legal and moral implications. Only you can answer the question, is it okay? I think most of you already answered that question to yourself. So would I recommend this to somebody that was looking to buy a Chinese Les Paul? Yeah, without hesitation. So that's about all I'm going to say. This is a keeper for me. I'm just digging it. I can't wait to use it for a gig. So until next time when I have another full episode, the usual things, like this video. The unboxing got a lot of attention, which was pretty cool. Hopefully this review will get a bunch as well. But subscribe if you haven't already. If you think you have, double check, because, you forget things. Lord knows I do. Click the bell icon for more notifications. Chime in. Let's hear what you have to say. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. You don't like my shirt? Make America goth again? Whatever. We want to hear it. This is a community. Or this is what I intend to be, a community. We're over 250 people now. I think I can safely say, 250 subscribers, that we have a community going here. And it's cool. And I want all of you to interact. Assuming you want to. No pressure. But I think it's great. And we get much bigger. I'm seriously going to consider starting to do maybe a live thing, a live stream. Maybe every other month or something. If I can get enough of you to be willing to tune in and talk to me in real time. I can answer questions, show you things. So whatever, if you got suggestions, criticisms, hopefully they're constructive, but hey, I'll take whatever. Yeah, leave them below. And until next time, chime on, rock on, stay frosty, and play those damn guitars. That's what they're for. Dig? Alrighty, I'm out.